we should all strive towards building a life that we don't feel like we need a vacation from. When we have all these ideas that creates inspiration in ourselves, why wouldn't we go after that? And so when we learn to see through all these things about who is the thinker of my mind and all these things, pursuing our dream life, building our dream life, going after our purpose is going to be, and so we need to break all these patterns. We need to see that this is what's going on. We need to see that, okay, I'm stuck in this state of survival, because your inspiration will take you on your hero's journey into the unknown, where life happens. This whole thing with working a job we don't enjoy so that we can pay the bills, so that we can survive, there's nothing wrong with that, of course, but it keeps us stuck in a state that we need to survive. It keeps us stuck in survival. And this is what I believe the world is shifting out of. And this is what we see in the world today, why we have so much chaos everywhere. Because everyone is still stuck in a state of survival. We don't know what it's like to relax. All we know is to go to something that we probably don't have chosen for ourselves, a job that we don't like, so that we can earn money, so that we can get by. Maybe we can save up for retirement. Maybe we can obviously buy food and pay off the mortgage or whatever. But is that really what we want to do? Is that really what life is about? Isn't life about enjoying, being here, being present, not slaving away for someone else, right? So when I was 26, I heard in a podcast, and they said that we should all strive towards building a life that we don't feel like we need a vacation from. And I was like, whoa, okay. Really resonated at like the deepest level ever. My intuition was like, okay, this is me. This is what I'm supposed to do. Because all throughout my life, I have always had like visions of palm trees and beaches and cool skylines and oceans and exploring, doing something out of the ordinary perhaps. And the problem is that I had been so scared of doing that because society, that's not accepted, I guess, in society's eyes to go and explore, to go travel. We're supposed to work. We're supposed to maybe go to college or university, and then, you know, we get like a massive debt for that, and then we're supposed to work a job that we don't really enjoy. It's like, okay, well, this is my life now. And then we all settle, and so we get stuck in this state of survival all the time. We're not getting past, we're not breaking through to what life would be like outside of survival. We're basically living like we did, I don't know, 1,000, 2,000, thousands of years ago, stuck in a state of needing to survive. I can't quit my job because I need to survive. I need my money. I need to pay the bills. I need to do all these things. Yes, that's true. But there are ways to break out of it. And what society is doing nowadays, from mainstream media to what our leaders are doing, it's like going to war with each other for whatever reason that we have no say in. It's like it keeps us all stuck in survival because the mainstream is all reporting about that stuff. And it keeps us stuck in this belief that the world is going crazy. But we're all stuck in this mindset of survival. And I don't want to be stuck in survival, ever. I want to feel good about myself. I want to go after something that gives meaning to my life, that is purposeful. So when I heard that story on the podcast that said that we should all build lives that we don't feel like we need a vacation from, I decided to do that. I decided to go after that. I decided to face my fears of what people are going to think. I decided to face my fears about like what my parents are going to think. And I decided to sell everything I owned. Because I was also really attached to objects. Materialism also keeps us stuck in this chase, this survival. I need to make money so that I can buy more things. So I really started breaking free from that whole cycle when I sold everything I owned back in Sweden. And I adopted a minimalist lifestyle. And I left by myself to go travel to the opposite side of the world and live in Australia, which turned out to be almost 4.5 years in Australia, which was really when my hero's journey really started. Going into the unknown, breaking free from the societal norms, and going after everything that I had been dreaming of. Now, this is not to say that everyone needs to go travel, because maybe not everyone has visions of palm trees and beaches and skylines and whatever in their mind, but I did. And when we have all these ideas that creates inspiration in ourselves, why wouldn't we go after that? Why do we always talk ourselves out of things that make us the most inspired? Because we're scared about what people are going to think. We're scared of failure. We're scared about all of these ideas that we are projecting into the future, catastrophizing. What if this happens? What if that happens? And so we keep ourselves stuck in this prison of never pursuing things that is the most inspiring to us. So we're never really creating a life of purpose. We're never really going after things that give us meaning because we're scared. We're stuck in the dream about what we think will happen if we do. And we get stuck in a cage of self-doubt, which keeps us stuck in a state of survival because we distract ourselves with things that keep us away from fantasizing or dreaming about our vision, about our purpose, about our, like what gives us meaning. We distract ourselves from that stuff because it's painful to think about. So we start going out every weekend, partying or playing video games or doing things that is not really giving us what we're seeking, but it's taking the edge off. And from this, we keep ourselves occupied, still stuck in a state of survival. Going to the same job that we don't enjoy so that we can make more money, so that we can pay the bills, so that we can live a life that we feel like we're not meant to do. And so it's not strange that we all get depressed. It's not strange that we all need medication from the healthcare system, which is more like a sick care system. They don't care at all about our health. They care about treating symptoms so that we will come back and be profitable for the system, keeping us stuck in a state of survival, not going to the root issue about what's actually causing all this turmoil, all this anxiety, all this depression. And what is really limiting us, the number one thing that is keeping us stuck in this never-ending loop of suffering is fear. The number one root cause is that we believe all these worries about the future, what will happen if we go after everything that we have dreamt of. And 7 years ago, I started seeing through this illusion that everything that I have been thinking about has nothing to do with me. Everything that I'm scared of, judgment, rejection, abandonment, whatever. All of these things are just illusions that I have been programmed to believe that these things are who I am. I am all these things. And so I had been stuck in the cage of myself. I believed myself to be all these things, and I believed myself to be depressed. I was identifying with all these things. And so I never went after the things that I found the most meaningful in my life. So it was really after that shift that I had when I realized that I'm not the thinker of these thoughts. I'm not choosing these thoughts telling me that I'm lazy or that I can't achieve things or that I'm a quitter or that I'm scared about rejection or scared of failure or whatever, judgment. I'm not choosing this. These are automatic happening all the time. And I can choose to direct my attention elsewhere. I can choose to look through these thoughts. Who would I be in the absence of all these perceived problems that I have? I would go after everything that is meaningful. I would challenge myself. I would do the opposite of what my mind tells me to do all the time. Really. I would do the complete opposite. I would decide to go travel by myself. I would decide to start creating a business that I'm absolutely passionate about. I would decide to start helping people. I would decide to getting more interested in my own psyche. I would go inward. I would not be scared of all these things that I had previously thought myself to be identified with, that these were going to be detrimental or dangerous even to me. And that's when everything shifted. I decided to start creating a life that I didn't feel like I need a vacation from. And when I sold everything I owned and I left for Australia, of course I was scared. Of course it was like the most chaotic time of my life. My mind was freaking out. When I was sitting on the airplane, I was sitting next to someone that was a little bit, was an interesting person to say the least as well. So my mind was freaking out and my stomach was upset because of the airplane food and the airport food. I was like not feeling the best. But my heart was completely open. My heart for the first time in my life was completely open to the uncertainty. And so the best thing about going on a hero's journey is that we start getting used to the idea of the unknown. We're realizing that all of these things that the mind is trying to come up with, projections into the future, worst case scenarios and catastrophizing and all that, they're not true, they're not real. And so when we learn to see through all these things about who is the thinker of my mind and all these things, pursuing our dream life, building our dream life, going after our purpose is going to be almost automatic, because it's like, what else is there to do? Why do I trust these thoughts all the time? They have nothing to do with me. They only limit me. They tell me to be someone that I'm not. They tell me to be inauthentic. And society is like pushing us in this direction, towards inauthenticity. Society is telling us that we need a chip in our brain to be whole, to be more of ourselves, that we need the latest piece of technology, that we need this robot, whatever, to be more of ourselves. But no, all we have to do is to let go of all that stuff. These things are blinding us from realizing that we are already everything we seek. We don't need to work a job that we hate. We don't need to do that. Yes, it will take maybe a little bit of time to break free from that, but what's the option? What's the other option? Is it to keep doing something that keeps us miserable because our parents tell us to, or because society tells us to, or because our friends tell us to, or because we think that that's what we're supposed to do? Why do we put ourselves through a life of misery when we can go against everything that we have been thinking? This is what I'm supposed to do, this is who I'm supposed to be, and just let that go and realize that this is who I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to go after these visions that I've had in my mind since I was 6 years old or something. Right? And we create more freedom, we create more peace, we create more authenticity. Nobody's supposed to tell us what we're supposed to do or live. Nobody. It's our decision. We're here. We're just the same, all of us. We're just souls. We're just equals, all of us. We're the same thing. We're exactly the same. Nobody's above anyone. Society is painting up the illusion that that's the case, that we have hierarchies, but that's also the mind's structure. Our minds need to dabble in survival, that this thought is better than that thought, and this thought is better than this thought, and same with emotions, same with people. It's all about hierarchies. And this is what we need to shift out of. We need to shift out of this state of being in survival all the time. And so we need to break all these patterns. We need to see that this is what's going on. We need to see that, okay, I'm stuck in this state of survival because I'm choosing to do something that is not what I'm supposed to do. I'm going to a 9-to-5 job that I hate so that I can pay the bills and get by. And then I watch the news and the mainstream media telling me that this is what life is, this is what reality looks like right now. It's a fly here. And so we get stuck in this belief that, okay, this is life. I'm supposed to do this. I'm supposed to be in survival because it's all we know. We get comfortable. Survival becomes our comfort zone. We don't know what's outside of our comfort zone because we're too scared about approaching the edge of the comfort zone. So whenever we get close, it's like, now you need to be scared here. More survival. You need to be scared because you're about to enter or leave your comfort zone. And so we get stuck in all this turmoil, not going after our purpose, not going after our dreams, not going after our highest visions for ourselves. Whether it's like traveling or learning to ice skate or playing the piano or becoming a director or whatever, business owner, anything like that. Whatever gives you the most inspiration, start going after that. Start to realize that whenever you go after something that makes you the most inspired, you will have self-doubt in terms of pressure from society and parents and friends and yourself and all these things. But your inspiration will take you on your hero's journey into the unknown, where life happens. For coaching inquiries, click the first link in my description. The second link is my Patreon. If you want help on your journey towards this, I have multiple exercises that will take you deeper into finding your own purpose, finding freedom, finding stillness on the inside. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you want to, like and comment as well. I'll see you.